Welcome back to Arkham City, and... Oh, that's right, I forgot.
Batman, can you hear me? It's Officer Jones back at the museum.
Yeah,
Officer,
Yeah,
can't
it's...
quite place you.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, this is one of the cops that we freed from Penguin back in the earlier act. Apparently, he found something in the Penguin stash that we could use.
Actually, wait a minute. I recognize that voice. Isn't that the guy that kind of looked like Sylvester Stallone?
I'm not sure, to be honest. But yeah,
His
basically...
name's Stan.
But yeah, we're basically going back to the Iceberg Lounge, where all the cops are, and we're gonna get a free upgrade from them. First, we gotta take care of the people at the door, though.
I mean, it'd be really awkward if we already had that upgrade.
Oh yeah, of course.
Still, never hurts to show it for the sake of the commentary.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's something that, like, I will say that is one thing. I didn't get every one of the Riddler challenges by the time I record this. It's mainly, like, some of the more minute stuff, like that using smoke bomb to have enemies attack each other or whatnot. It's mainly the Riddler stuff that I was able to take care of.
For the record, I still think it's incredibly fucking stupid that Catwoman's Riddler trophies don't count towards the overall total you need to reach them.
So, I mean, is
Well,
there
because
anything
she's
you
DLC.
get?
Well,
So,
I know,
but-
true, but at the same time, it's like you said,
Well-
you could still lock yourself out of some of the actual Riddler trophies.
right, and
Well,
then
they
I'm asking, like, so what what even is the incentive for getting the Riddler trophies for Catwoman?
For Catwoman, it's just for the sake of an achievement.
Ugh.
But I will say that, like, I feel like it might have, but to be fair, even if you didn't, I feel like even if you didn't have to worry about Catwoman stuff, like I said, they do give they are pretty lenient about you don't have to collect every single one of them in order to take down Riddler for good.
And I assume
Okay.
they only did it because some of those instances can be locked out.
Yeah,
Speaking of which-
I imagine so, but thankfully I was able to, like, find them, like, before I recorded this playthrough.
And
Well, I
that
mean,
man
alright
does
then.
not look like Sylvester Stallone.
Well, there was one that did.
Yeah, in the Iceberg Lounge itself.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if we'll see him. One thing that I do find funny, I don't know if I show it off, but one of them will actually be, like, fiddling with one of Penguin's trick umbrellas, and you can scan that to solve a riddle.
Oh, hey, okay.
But yeah, basically
I feel
what we have
sorry.
here
I
is
feel, hold on. I feel really sorry for that man's hair.
yeah.
It
So
was a style.
what we have here is apparently one of his friends worked at bomb disposal. We can use this to, even though we technically showed it off, this jammer that we can use to jam people's guns. We can also use these to override the mines that they place down in stealth sections.
There you go.
But yeah, then now that we got that taken care of, now we're gonna go see Mr. Freeze.
Now you guys know when it would be the most appropriate time to go grab that thing. Assuming you're not playing New Game Plus.
Yeah.
So, where were we? Oh yeah, that's right, we're supposed to go find Mr. Freeze.
What are you
Yeah.
doing, Bats? I thought we were friends.
Who said we were friends?
All that. You know, from where I'm lying...
Also, I forgot that I was in this game.
It seems like you
Well-
Believe you me, you say that, I feel like Joker's better about that than Hugo is.
played that game.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
Snowman and the
yeah,
GCPD
that's true.
my guys.
Yeah.
that is kind of the sad thing about this game, is that even though technically Hugo's supposed to be the big bad at the end of the day, you're mostly dealing with everyone else.
Yeah, and basically all Joker was saying is that, like, oh, if you try to go back to the GCPD, my men are gonna try and kill you.
I mean, quote unquote, there may be
It's really... I don't expect them to win, but, I want them to feel useful.
They may have to put an end to your life. By put an end, I mean shooting you, and by your life, I mean, well, you get the idea.
Yeah, semantics.
And to be fair, I'm a little low on the budget. I have to make sure that, there's a few less heads to have to tell them to.
Yep. Now we're stuck here trying to figure out what's going on. I mean, and yeah, Hugo Strange is clearly the big villain behind whatever the hell's going on here. Honestly, you could tell me that his whole plan... You could tell me that Protocol 10 is just, I'm going to blow up the bridge and sink the city. And I would believe you.
You're half right about that.
But yeah, beyond that, ultimately, it's just... I don't know, I do still think this has been a pretty solid way to have a huge, cavalcade of, the whole peanut gallery of Batman villains all
Oh, yeah,
showing
I
up.
would agree. Like, it definitely is, like, even though I do think Arkham Asylum's plot is just fine, I do appreciate City definitely having a chance for some of the bigger name Batman villains to
Honestly-
really, do stuff.
Honestly, can we please all admit that the best representation of the Batman villains ever was in Lego Batman? Like
That was pretty fun. They had a lot of fun. They it was a dense movie. They put a lot in it.
I still just love like the I surrender. Huh? I surrender. I'm sorry, say that again. I surrender.
All right, well, we're talking about Joker. Yeah, you do your thing, Harley. Right now, we're gonna be talking to the Iceman here.
Hopefully, we didn't make sure to freeze down the door. Oh, thank goodness he didn't.
Now, does
He
the
does freeze
Iceman
down some.
comment-
Yeah. I will say it's funny that you make that joke. Mr. Freeze did take a few precautions coming into here, because if you notice when we go in here, you know those gargoyles that we were using for the stealth section?
Yeah.
He's pretty much frozen those.
Oh,
Can we still use them?
We can't.
I wonder why.
And now, people, for the best boss battle in this series. And one of the best
Hey.
boss battles of all time.
Really?
You know, it truly is a good thing he still has those goggles on, because otherwise I'd think he just looked like a slightly better-looking Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonator.
Either that, or I would have said he looked a lot like Mr. Manhattan.
Honestly, I was going to say that he looked like a blue Agent 47.
I can see that too.
All
Anyway.
of those are valid. All of those are valid things.
And just like that,
Yep. Now that he was able to. Apparently, it was a pretty easy infusion between the two of them. He's gonna put that one in there for later.
Formula is complete. The bonding process appears to have been successful.
also,
Hey, we have a cure.
maybe it's just me, but...
Feeling
Oh, of course you did.
unwell.
Yeah.
Give it to me. I'm afraid I cannot do that, Batman.
You want
Why?
to repeat that?
You have given me your last order.
Devil Dame.
Aw, that was a waste.
Not a time.
Crap, so now it's in that safe.
I think
Yeah,
it is.
basic. Yeah, as we know, like he's basically first off a little bit upset about how Batman was acting earlier, and also apparently Joker has Freeze's wife captive and is using her as a bargaining chip.
Don't want to do this, Freeze. Oh, I believe
Now, real quick, what were you about to say, James?
you will bring
Something about the way
Hold
this
on, wait,
costume
wait,
looks.
wait.
will
Sorry, I
Oh, boy.
love that transition into the robot voice.
Okay, and actually, one more thing I'll say. I'll let you say your thing, James, but just to
worries.
explain this boss real quick, the reason why it's definitely one of the more unique bosses is that Mr. Freeze is a very adaptive foe. Anytime you try to do a certain tactic to take them down, he will create a counteractive to that. Like, for example, we use that electromagnetic thing to pretty much disable him. Once he gets back up on his feet, he will freeze that so that you won't be able to use that anymore. And he will do that with any tactic you try to do to him.
So, like how he adapts, you have to adapt as well.
Now,
Okay.
James, you finish your thing. I'll continue with that after that.
I don't know if I brought this up earlier, but something about the way that his ice suit looks in this game kind of makes it look like he's sort of showing skin.
I can see it a little bit.
It's probably like the blue bits.
And okay, so the thing I was going to say I'm worried about is, assuming he's now going to make a counter to that, we're not doing a lot of damage to him. Like, this boss battle is going to go on for a while if we have to basically
Yeah,
stealth
New
sneak
Game
away
Plus
around
does.
here.
New Game Plus does give his health a bit of a beefer, so you are gonna have to use a lot more tactics against him compared to the regular mode.
Is this
No.
really something? I'm going to say, is this... Kaboom! I was going to say, is this actually something where you literally have to do every technique at least once in order to actually drain his health?
Not
No, no,
every
no.
technique, but you do have to do a lot of them.
Yeah, here's the thing though. You don't have to do every technique unless you're on hard mode. If you're on a hard mode, you practically have to do every technique.
Then yeah, I guess I'm with you in that. I think this is a fantastic boss in that it's basically a master class on everything you've used up to this point.
Yeah.
Makes you wish he was the final boss, huh?
It really could have been.
Honestly, not going to lie, the final boss is pretty damn good in this game though.
Yeah.
Hello.
So
Surprise.
I will say Arkham Origins kind of has a final boss similar to it, but it's not quite as engaging in my opinion.
Hey,
I also
as
love-
long as they have actual final bosses instead of, just kind of end Arkham Knight.
I also love how also love how our. How is that not going to happen again? Are you just going to freeze the vents, or? Oh,
Yep.
Well, okay.
Like
damn,
I said,
all right.
he's adaptive.
How did he freeze it? How much freeze does he have?
Don't mind me.
Has he always
He did.
frozen stuff?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I'm just making a joke about it. Like it's like your time of crime is over, Mr. Freeze. Oh, you're freezing things. How long have you done that? Why are you freezing
sakes,
everyone?
man.
Anyway, I'm losing my mind. So
It's too late for that. Then I can at least do a ledge takedown.
is he really gonna freeze every single ledge in this room?
Yep.
Basically, yeah, freeze or disable. Like I said, like any tactic that you used, he will have a counter attack for it. So once you get to like the final slithers of health, you're really gonna have to like rack
Get
your brain
creative.
trying to find
Okay.
new ways to get him.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, okay, so before I say anything else, yeah, wow, there he goes, fucking hell. Okay, so James, you have any thoughts on this so far?
I mean,
I don't know how he does this.
Oh, really? But what was I about to say? I mean, yeah, I can see why this is often considered one of the best boss fights in Arkham history.
Not
It's
just that,
super-
just video games in general.
It is a super. I don't think I've seen anything done like. Okay, like real talk. Like the closest thing I can think of something like this is Gruntilda from Banjo-Kazooie 1. In that, like every technique you've done, like she tries to find a way to counter it. Like
Oh,
she
also,
flies. Huh?
You see that just popped up down there? That's something that they also do for New Game Plus. He even has a counter active to your detective mode. If you have it on for too long, he can hack into it and disable it.
Well,
Oh
fuck.
jeez. Oh yeah, wait, but yeah, no, like how Banjo-Kazooie 1, like if she kind of casts spells, so then you just get in real close and kaboom. So then you get in real
Wait
close
a
and do
minute.
melee. So then
That-
go ahead.
That actually worked. What the fuck?
So then she flies
Yeah,
away,
I'm
and
still
then
surprised with that.
right. So then she flies away. Then you shoot projectiles. Then she flies above you, but then she doesn't expect you to also have Kazooie flight. So that's the only other boss I can think of. Basically, yeah, I like that this is constantly keeping you
Alright,
on your
wait a
toes to try
minute.
new moves out.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
you
that's-
still have that, don't you?
And
Yep.
Yeah,
boom.
cheater.
And there he is. Gonna beat the stuffing out of him for
Ow.
a bit, just for
Ow.
some good measure.
Ow. Ow.
Stop.
Wait a
What the?
minute. When did he turn into Joker?
Yeah, I don't know how my head turned into Joker's either. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. We still have Titan. We kind of need that cure. We should probably go get it.
Give us the save, please. Pretty please. Oh,
That-
hey, it unfroze somehow.
Here's the sad thing. He could have 100% just have asked, "Hey, Batman, can you also save my wife while you're at it?" Yeah, sure.
Well, again, he was still a little bit sore about how much of a jerk Batman was earlier.
And
Well,
It's all
Oops.
Someone stole it?
that was all I
Yeah,
What do you-
while we were having our little ruckus, Harley actually took the cure from under our nose.
no would have been a great little detail if you could hear like a little explosion and laugh during the boss
Wire
fight
fight.
somewhere.
That would have been neat. Like after I could see that they could have staged it after he reached like below like half health or something.
I've been working on a new
So yeah, now that we pretty much kissed and maked up, we are now going to be getting another thing we totally haven't been using through this playthrough, these little freeze grenades that we can use to incapacitate foes or make platforms when we're in water sections.
You know what, Mr. Freeze? You're all right. I thank you, but I'm still taking you to jail after this is over. God damn.
Oh, that's... honestly, at this point, that is kind of something that I do like about Freeze and the Arkhamverse, at least. You know, like, our little spat earlier notwithstanding, he's actually not necessarily, like, evil. Like, he is still totally willing to help Batman. Again, all he really cares about is just curing his wife.
I will say though, given the shit I constantly give Arkham Knight, and yes, I give it a lot of shit, everybody knows, the Mr. Freeze missions in that are absolutely incredible. Especially, like, the ending to Freeze's storyline in that is fantastic.
I mean, I guess that's one thing that they can keep consistent is, Mr. Freeze.
It's sad, but it is bittersweet.
Yeah. It's pretty much like a... Oh, boy.
Apologize for this interruption.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to rescue Vicky Vale now, because she was reporting on some ruckus, and Joker just decided, just for kicks at this point, to try and kill her.
Very important question. Is Vicky Vale as marketable as Lois Lane?
She basically is just kind of like a dime store Lois Lane in some aspects.
All right, we gotta go save her.
A dime store Lois Lane. That's a good way of putting it.
All right, well, fine. If there's marketability, we gotta go save her.
I would have said Dollar Tree, but dime store. Damn, that's harsher.
Have you seen that animated adaptation of Lois Lane and how seriously she takes her journalism work? I think Vicky
I'm
Vale.
a good swimmer.
I think
Yeah,
Vicky
that
Vale
is
has
really
miles ahead to work until she could become a dollar store Lois Lane.
But I was about to say, like, it really kind of depends on the iteration, but yeah, for the most part, I don't really find Vicky that interesting a character. Like, I think the only incarnation of her that actually does
89
something
Batman.
semi-interesting... I was about to say, the only version of her that does something semi-interesting with her is Telltale Batman.
Really? Okay, I'm going to say 89 Batman also does a good job.
Okay, 89 does too, but even then, she's like, as much as I like her in that movie, she's still not that much different from how she usually is in other things. Telltale Batman is a completely different beast.
That's
Really?
fair, but
think you're wrong.
Telltale is also the people who made Harley Quinn before Joker.
Too soon. Joker will be pissed if you screw this up.
What are you talking about? No way am I gonna
Have you ever played any of the Telltale Batman, Logan?
Never.
Oh, well, it's
I
funny.
feel
'cause
like I
figured since
should.
you're-
Should I record those for the channel?
I heard they're pretty good, and honestly, like, considering how big of a Telltale fan you are, I'm surprised you haven't already.
Yeah.
I'm just. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of Telltale projects, and I guess the issues that they're always a big commitment because like I want to. Yeah, I'd have to play them all in like a row. The other thing is I don't like playing it episodically. I usually try to wait until it all comes out, and by then, James, how's your backlog of games going?
Let's see. I still got I still have a ways to go up that mountain.
Yeah, cause same here. Cause every time I get close, another game comes out.
Honestly, my backlog of games is...
Care to tell Gotham what's going on with your face?
Oh, hi there, Hatter.
Just suddenly out of the blue.
I have to. This is the guy. This is the guy I always have to ask about because I always forget what is up with this dude.
Mad Hatter is basically... He's kind of like a tech whiz in a sense of, like, he's good at making, like, tech that really messes with your brain, you know, like hypnotic suggestions and whatnot, and he has a massive affinity for Alice in Wonderland.
Okay, I have to get. Okay, because I know I'm going to have to get ready for that when I see him in Origins.
And one thing I'll say is that somehow after this, after Batman Arkham, like City, they decided in the comics to make him speak in rhyme for no reason, really.
My favorite.
And so all other iterations after that point speak in rhyme, like in Gotham, and even in Arkham Knight he speaks in rhyme.
Rescued by Batman.
Joy, glad to know he's also a practitioner of one of my least favorite tropes in media.
Well,
Unless it's
what about when Grunty does it?
Well, Grunty's the only one. Honestly, Grunty's one of the only characters I can tolerate it with. It's just everyone else feels like a shameless pretender.
James,
James,
I'm afraid to hear what your opinion on that one Ubisoft game from years
Child
ago.
of Light, he's talked about that a few times, although I guess
Let me be real here. Child of Light's not a bad game at all, but it was unfortunately the game that kind of turned me off from that trope.
It just runs you into the. I see where it can run you into the ground, kind of.
I do want to ask, though, James. Well, first off, we have Azrael. I think this is the last time we see him in the game.
Azrael!
But yeah, just while we deal with this, I guess I can ask, James, what would you say... You were talking about, like, with Grundy and, like, the whole rhyming thing. What would you say that it is about Grundy where she's able to make it work, but nothing else does for you?
Well, first off, hers are actually funny.
True. Oh, and I think another thing I do like about Grunty is I think it part of Grunty, which is also why I like Banjo too. Oh, I see what we gotta do here. Another thing I like about Grunty, with especially with like is it all adds up to the joke of Banjo 2, where like I like the idea of Grunty is rhyming, not even because like it's some ancient incantation. It's literally just because she feels like it, and when pressed, when pressed to, she will stop rhyming.
Yeah. Even if it did make her feel duller by doing that.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of the sad thing about it, because, you know, Grunty's like the best at her craft, and once you take that away from her, it kind of feels,
Honestly,
it feels like you've lost something of yourself that was always important.
Honestly, James, I really hate to know what kind of music you listen to.
I knew you would find
just in case.
Well, with music, it's different. It's completely different. Honestly, I think a more specific thing is I kind of don't like it when it's meant to be taken seriously. Because
that I
it's-
understand.
Because by that point, it feels like... Is pretentious the wrong word?
I would say annoying.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
Also, I
now
can't
we've
remember. Is this Azrael Jean Palm Valley?
yes, if you look in his bio, that's who he is.
Okay, here's my question. Is this version white or black? Because they always flip back and forth.
Well, I know in the Arkham series he's voiced by a black actor, so take that for what you will.
That's fair.
I don't believe in fairy tales.
So yeah, basically he's just making this whole thing of how, like, you know, we've been watching you, dark times are coming for Gotham, you know, playing the seeds for the next game, we'll be in touch.
Will we ever be in touch?
Yeah.
Yes, we will. He does appear in Arkham Knight.
Sadly. I
You don't like him?
No. I really do like Azrael. He's not one of my favorites, but he is an interesting character. I do like him. His storyline in Arkham Knight is so underutilized.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Like,
By
I
the
feel
way,
like they definitely could...
Oh.
Excuse me?
What's up?
I must say that after all said and done, Alfred and Lucius Fox really got to work on that cure.
Yeah, like, just right
they
away.
They definitely worked overtime for that. Let's go ahead and take some of that right now.
Now, what I'm wondering is where the hell they got another sample of Lazarus.
Yeah, I was about to say, because I don't think we really sent it to anyone else.
Oh, because we're Batman, the ultimate detective who will never be fooled by nothing. Where is everybody?
Well, we're beating up everyone right here.
Are you Lucius Fox? And wait, his face looked weird.
Oh,
It's the mask.
No, that was just a mask. Yeah,
But the mask looked weird.
interesting.
But yeah, let's go ahead and try this cure on ourselves. Hopefully we'll be able to be in tip-top shape to take on the Joker. Or we're just gonna take a little nap.
I love that Batman literally just no questions asked injected something into him. World's greatest detective, my ass.
What a fucking idiot.
Here's my question. Does Jarvis know that he's Bruce? Because how else would he have hypnotized him into that?
I feel like what he did was not so much hypnotized, but kind of like used like some kind of like tech wave thing to send him like a subconscious suggestion.
Who voices Hatter here?
I am checking.
Peter McNichol, the same guy that voices Doc Ock in Spectacular Spider-Man. He also was, I forget his name, but he was the main villain in Ghostbusters 2.
Huh.
You're mine now. You're mine, and there's nothing that Strange can do about it.
He almost sounds like Greg Proops at times.
You're not going to drink
does.
I can.
Oh!
Mad Hatter, man.
I'd be down for that.
I always forget his name, but now I recognize Peter McNichol. Just go command me, Lord.
see what you wanted.
He's fucking.
Yeah, he was.
He's Janos from Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, that's
right.
his name.
And what's up, James?
I gotta say, it could just be me, but apparently this is one of the only rare Batman villains where Batman himself will literally tell him to go to hell. Might even flip him off in the process.
I'm sure he's done it before, but yeah, as far as the Arkham series, like, Jervis is the first one because he is just an absolute creep, and he's hoping to add Batman to his collection of creeps. Do.
Well,
You are my soldier now, Batman.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
Bad touch,
I
bad
don't
touch,
like this.
more of a
bad touch.
I don't like this.
You will do anything I want.
And now we're.
Oh,
Oh god.
jeez.
Yeah.
This isn't right.
Is
that's,
This.
I didn't think. Good job, Rocksteady. You actually found a Batman suit that looks genuinely scary.
I mean, yeah, I would be terrified of this. Rats, the rat. You're a rabbit.
yeah.
But yeah, what's up, James?
Fun fact, the only type of this I've seen was when he was wearing his classic 1960s blue Batman costume, which looks absolutely nothing like that. So seeing that for the first time made me go, oh my god.
Honestly, no.
Yeah.
let
Oh. Also, sorry, real quick before the sequence over. Platinum. I think I'm seeing where you got that one idea for Bayonetta from now.
Oh, the fall. Well, actually, no. Wait, no. This came out after Bayonetta.
Bayonetta's that old? Man.
Yeah, it came out like a year before this.
Logan,
Damn,
Bayonetta
okay.
is 12 years old this year.
Okay, Bayonetta is the origin of life itself, and I need to just say that is what originated everything in its game. It
Also,
stole nothing at this point.
It is flawless, and we must recognize its flawlessness.
Have you ever played one, Steve? Have you ever played one?
Let us have our joke, Matt.
Oh, I need to get around to playing that later.
He's already made it clear, Matt, that he is absolutely no fan of Bayonetta.
Yeah, he's not a big fan.
Honestly, it's a lot of it has to do with just hack and slashes in general, which is weird because I love beat 'em ups.
Because I'll say, man who does not like hack and slashes as he hits a 22 combo.
I don't know what it is.
24.
It's just...
In some way, Batman the Arkham series can themselves be considered a hack and slash.
I mean, okay, so the best way I can maybe think about it, Hype, is that maybe this is the best I can think of as from a psychological standpoint, is maybe you like beat 'em ups more because you feel like there's more impact and weight to your actions, whereas say with Dante or Bayonetta, when you're slashing, it feels a lot more floaty and just whoosh, like your blade just goes right through them and there's not much weight to it.
Which is funny considering the fact that some of Bayonetta's own abilities aren't even with swords. She literally does use the fists of a goddess.
Actually, not going to lie, the Arkham...
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about you.
It's my hat! Oh!
And bunt.
Damn. Well, there we go. Ugh. Still.
That looks so tacky.
I would have kept that. That's still a really freaking awesome looking mask, dude.
It's a shame that that's not an unlockable costume.
Yeah, dude. Anyway, sorry. Back to you, Matt.
Never mind.
Oh.
It is the end of the part. So basically, now that we pretty much have, now we pretty much have to hunt down Joker and Harley so we can get that last bit of cure so we can, not die. So join us as we go track down those two clowns.
Till next time, everybody.
Bye.